Okay, we should be good now. Can you all hear me? I think we can. I think at this point we can. I just noticed a little button on here. I didn't see it on there, so I apologize. Yes, yay, thank you. I'm so sorry. So I'm gonna have to try and edit the first part of that. So anyway, let me start over. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a great weekend. Hi, Diane. Hi, Joy. I hope you can hear me now. Thank you for being on, everyone. And I apologize for that. I've been trying to use a microphone just to give better sound on these videos, and it's just been giving me trouble. And this computer, where I've always done my lives from, doesn't seem to be doing the sound at all. So I don't know. I'm at wit's end with it, but here I am, and you can hear me, so that is good. So this morning, my new book came out, Mary, Dear Mary, and you're probably seeing that title backwards, so I apologize for that. But Mary, Dear Mary was a book that was written after I wrote a poem, and it's really kind of crazy how the poem came about. I basically sat down one morning with a pen and pencil. I don't know what my intentions were. I don't remember. It was shortly after Mike died. I just wanted some downtime. I sat down in my living room and I started writing. And this poem just started, and I liked it. The thoughts just kept coming to me, and I just kept writing them down. And when I felt like I was done, I went back and read it, and it really blew my mind that I wrote this poem. I can't truly take full credit for it, because I truly believe the Lord led me to write this poem. I feel like He just took my pen that day. But when I wrote it and I read it to a few people, everyone suggested I publish this poem, and really didn't know how to publish a poem without publishing a book of poetry. Maybe someday I will do that. But I also thought it would be beneficial for people to know the story behind what triggered the thoughts I had when I wrote the poem. And then I also thought that it would be great for people to have the opportunity to personally reflect upon the contents of this poem. And so that's what this tiny short book is about. It's only about, let me tell you, it's a very quick read. You can probably read the whole book in an hour. It's 50 pages. Very short, but it is really chock full, and it does have a bit of my personal story of things that God has done in my life, and specifically how it led to this poem. So I wanted this morning, I'm about to put in an order for more books for signed editions for people, and I thought that I would see if there's anyone who might like to have a copy of this book. It is available on Amazon, but if someone would like a signed copy of the book, I'm going to put in an order, and so I will take pre-orders. So if you would like to receive one of these books, it is $13. There is shipping and tax. But I do send them, and they're very thin. So if it's within the United States, it can be sent pretty inexpensively. But just message me and let me know if you would like to receive a copy, if you would like me to put you down in the pre-order, and I will go ahead and tell you how you can go ahead and pay for that. But that will help me know how many I might need to order for signed copies that I can send to you and to other people. So let me go ahead and read this poem, okay? The book is called Mary, Dear Mary. what's growing in your garden. And that is also the name of the poem. Mary, dear Mary, don't be so contrary. See how your garden could grow. There's more to life than what your eyes can see or what you think you know. Watch each stage of your sowing in seasons, for God will reveal to you how your life is like a garden growing, how to live and what to do. Seeds planted in deep and dark places take time for you to see them bloom, but they'll split wide open and appear destroyed while the earth shifts to make them room. They'll become something bigger than what your eyes once saw. And with care, hard work, and toil, soon you'll see and smell the beautiful emerge from gritty soil. Their eager response to the warm, bright sun will determine how fast they will grow. And though weeds may emerge to choke them, sometimes making their progress slow, they'll have a fighting chance to become the beauty they're meant to be when destroyers are plucked and nourishment replenished, so to flourish and truly grow free. Before you know it, and to your delight, your seeds planted with care and love become tiny leaves before your eyes, like hands praising God above. Watch your seeds and their struggle, Mary, burst forth, for they give lessons for you to know how to let God use life's troubles and trials to live well and in peace here and now. You may complain of rain at times when the weather gets you wet, but to your little seeds inside the ground, a basic need is met. The rain soaks through their hardened shells till they're soft and pliable, making room for roots and shoots to grow, which rain makes reliable. You'll have weeds in your garden, Mary, choking life of what once you thought good. And you'll feel like your life must be over because you simply misunderstood that the sun, S-O-N, is still present above you, even when your eyes cannot see. But the tears you shed in depression help your heart soft, keep your heart soft, so the Lord can be working his plan for you, Mary, to be like the garden you desire. But first, trust the struggles, stages, and challenges before the best of you before the best of who you are will burst forth in God's garden, Mary, revealing who you're meant to be in this world that needs you, dear Mary, to bring hope and set others free. For many are lonely and in darkness, and it seems that they're but forgotten. They need hope to see the sunshine bright, so they are nourished and not left rotten. As the rain falls upon them, and they think that they might drown, you can bring hope to their lives, Mary, where joy can replace their frown, as they learn to stay focused on our Maker, as you have in your own time of despair. You'll take someone's hand to meet Jesus, and he will meet both of you there. Rise and shine, oh darling Mary. Don't be dismayed if your garden grows slow. You'll bloom once more, though the storm may not clear and hard winds begin to blow. For with God you'll be strong and victorious. In his beauty and majesty, you'll bloom and shine one day, Mary, for all the world to see. So that is the poem. And I thought some of you might enjoy hearing that. And it is the poem that inspired the book. So if there is anyone who would like a copy, a signed copy of that book, message me, please. Message me or leave something in the comments and just let me know that you would like that. Or even if you don't want a copy, but you liked the poem, let me know too. That would be great. So this morning, I've been really thinking a lot about my trip to Portugal, my moving there, and many of you really don't know all the reasons that I'm going. And I think that it would be really valuable um, for people to kind of hear some of what's inspired me, what are some of the thoughts that I have, what is it like to come to this decision of making such a major change in my life. And what is it that, thank you, whoever said you love the poem. I appreciate that. That's really, really sweet. Thank you. Um, I love the poem, but I almost don't even feel like I wrote it. So I can say that without feeling like I'm bragging because I feel like that was just totally inspired by the Lord who showed me things about my own life. And like that poem is speaking to my heart. So I'm glad that it's speaking to yours as well. So that's wonderful. So I was saying, um, a lot of people are fascinated with this journey that I'm about to take, about all that is involved in making such a move. And I will be starting a blog called Continuing the Journey. Continuing the Journey is kind of like giving insight as to what it's like to be kind of held back in life for a time when grief hits, grief that brings major change in your life. And so many times we find ourselves, I mean, I have found myself in this season many times, not just that I've lost two husbands, but just so many things in my lifetime that brought on a brand new season where everything would be different. And just kind of swimming through the murkiness of all that. To kind of figure out where, like if you can just a picture swimming through the murkiness of icky, yucky, dark water. Okay. And then, on occasion looking up and you can see rays of sunshine, like when it's a cloudy day and you don't see the sun, but then every once in a while there's like just enough thinning out of the clouds that you can see some rays shining and you're like, okay, the sun's still up there, like the world hasn't come to an end. That's kind of like what the experience is like in grief and loss and just darker times, darker seasons. And you're like, whoa, I'm floundering here and I don't know what's next. I don't know where to even look for what's next. I don't even know how to find what's next. And there's just this time, a chunk of time that you're just kind of flailing. And so to go from flailing and then to go to, I think I found the new path being paved out for me. And so that's what my blog, Continuing the Journey, is about. And I would love to, have be able to communicate that and just describe that and encourage people in that journey as I look back and on the things that have encouraged me in God's Word, through friendships, just reflecting and pondering, reflecting on what that experience is like, how it relates to what other people struggle with, and as I have found hope and it has built my faith, I hope that this blog will bring hope and build faith for many other people. And also, it is a way for me to stay connected, I think, to those who are, um, in my sphere of friendships now, at whatever levels, um, to stay connected to what I have now is really important to me as I step out into this new phase. Um, Especially moving into a country where I don't speak the language. Um, and I'm moving into an area, there are a lot of English speaking people in Portugal. There aren't a lot of people who speak fluent English, although thankfully there will be those who speak fluent English in my immediate circle, which is really great. Um, but a lot of people in the community around me will not. And so it is just really important to me to know that the work that I'm going to do there um, is like I've got cheerleaders over here where I have friends. That is important to me. That is probably one of the most important things to me, that I have people that are cheering me on, praying for me as I move forward, um, as I see how God uses me there, and equips me to do the work that I'm going to be doing uh, with the ministry there. So I I haven't spoken a lot about that, but I I think there's pieces of that story that will inspire others, and so that's my hope. And I hope that all of you will have an interest. I mean, you have an interest to be on Fireside Chats on Saturday morning, so you might have an interest in also just reading short blogs about the journey in a little more detail. So um, that is something that I plan to do soon. And I right now I am in the Book of James. Our church is studying the Book of James. Or not my church, the women. There's a group of women in our church, which has been really fun. Our Bible study last spring, I think we kind of averaged about 10 people each week. And we have more than double that in our Bible study this time. And I'm like so excited because it's so much fun just to get to know some newer ladies in the church or that are coming in. And I love that. But the book of James is so awesome. I mean, it begins by saying that we can have joy in our times of trouble and trials. And um, we can have joy in times of trials. Like it just seems like such a contrary concept, right? And yet it wouldn't even tell us to have that if it weren't possible, right? That's the first thing. Second of all, to understand why we can have joy, how we can have joy. Where does that come from? Because trials don't bring joy in and of themselves. They're hard. They're troubling. They can be confusing. They can be hurtful. But understanding where and how the joy comes, even in those times, is completely invaluable. So I feel like it's very timely that I've been able to join this Bible study group studying this book at this time. I think it's been valuable to me. So I'm pretty sure that in the blog that I will be putting together soon, I'm actually building a brand new website. It's not brand new. I'm kind of refreshing an old one, adding some newer things to it, making it a little bit more complete, and that'll be coming out soon. And friends, all of these things um, are a way for me to how do I want to say it? You know, I seem to provide um, writing and art that inspire and bless people. But those things take time. Like I have thought about um, going out and finding a part-time job to just to kind of not make my living my budget so tight. And but doing these things that bring joy and also blessing, um, it has to have a return. And so these things that I'm putting together and things that you'll see over the next few months, I have some really special things that I'll be putting out soon. And they're all just a way of supporting uh, what I do and the work that I'll be doing in Portugal as well. So I am really excited to be thinking about um, some of those things, and I just think it's really kind of cool how um, you know you can do things that bless people, and then in return it blesses you back. So I think that's just pretty awesome. So um, I hope that there are some things that will be of interest to some of you, and that you will help me promote some of those things to your friends and family as well, as I move forward into this new season of my life. So I really appreciate all of you who are on this morning, and I appreciate your interest in the things that God is calling me to right now, and that you have an interest in even hearing about it. It's always kind of blows my mind. But I appreciate that. And if you are watching on the replay, I would love for you to just say hello and let me know that you were on this morning. I see a lot of people on the videos on Saturday mornings, and sadly, I don't even know who most of them are. And I would just love to be able to say hello. If you see like a little black shadow kind of moving around here, my little dog is here sitting with me. And I have really been thinking about whether or not bringing Sketch with me is really the best thing for Sketch when I move. I love him to pieces. He's a little sweetie pie, but Sketch needs constant company. Sketch needs consistency. He needs routine. He thrives in routine. So he's a very good boy, but I want him to be happy if I move him. And I also want to be able to accommodate his needs if I bring him to Portugal. At the same time, I have work to do there, and I need to be able to be free enough to do it. So I'm I'm really not 100% sure bringing Sketch with me is the best thing for Sketch, and maybe not even for me. It would make me really sad, but it would make me happy to know that he was bringing joy and blessing to someone else's life. So I'm willing, God's putting me through this period of time now where I'm seeing that I can't hold on to things. I need to be willing to let go of some of my favorite pieces of furniture. I need to be willing to let go of my comforts here. I need to be able to let go of a lot of things before I can actually go to my new home in Portugal, which, by the way, may only be a few years. I don't know. I'm not putting a time limit on it. I'm not saying this move is permanent. I don't know. How can I know that? Never been there. Don't. I'm only speculating what the experience will be, and the work that I'm going to do there. It may not even be needed for very long. So I'm not putting a time limit on it, um, but um, but still, the Lord is putting me in this time where I'm having to really face decisions about what I take and what I really just need to let go of. Sketch may be one of them. I don't know. If you think of it, you can pray for me about that, because little sketch is one of those things that's going to be a hard decision to make. So anyway, those kinds of things will be in my blog. That's the kind of thing that that I'll write about, and just I'm sure that even that story and the way that God leads me in that way will inspire or encourage somebody somewhere. So, all right. Well, thank you all for being on this morning. I love you all. I hope you have a great weekend. And I look forward to seeing you again next Saturday on Fireside Chat.